It's not too late. Yes, it is.
The abs on that one.
Dang. That is unbelievable.
Where's Justin? Justin?
Stand up some business, I believe.
Dude, I just lost 5 pounds.
All right. Way to go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
BLT.
Oh,
You wash your hands, man.
Yeah.
Look at the abs on the stick. I was just...
Hey, this guy, look, we are PFT, and you're watching
WGS-TV on YouTube.
only.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm the WrestleGamer. I've got a few people to introduce you to. First off, he is the host of Hardcore Wrestling Radio, which can be heard exclusively over on YouTube.com/HWR Show. It's the luminous one, the shining star, Rick Starr. Rick, how are you shining?
I'm shining pretty good, Billy. Thanks for having me.
The master of Rockin' Waves 11294 is in the building. It's Chris Rogers. Chris, how you doing?
How you doing, guys? And sorry I don't have a wacky law yet, but give me until the end of the review and I'll have a wacky law for you.
From deep within the bowels of the Houdan Temple on Instagib, he's James from the Big Easy. James, how you doing?
Since they're calling AJ Lee and Layla the Harley Quinn and the Poison Ivy, would that work, or would it be like a Lay Coop 2.0?
From the
I
hood.
think it'll be a they don't.
From the hood over on Instagib, he's the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. Will, what's up?
Fandango, let me give you a little bit of advice. Do not teach CM Punk how to wrestle, because you can't.
Well, if you guys haven't figured it out by now, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Friday Night Smackdown for the week of August 2nd, 2013. Now, we open up with the much anticipated reveal of who Alberto Del Rio picks for his opponent at SummerSlam. You know, that John Cena was afforded the same opportunity by Brad Maddox, so Vickie Guerrero, in an effort to be fair to Alberto Del Rio, afforded the same option to Alberto Del Rio to pick his own opponent. Now, a lot of fans were up, in arms, like, who's he going to pick? Is he going to pick someone legitimate, or is he just going to pick someone BS? And of course, with Del Rio being a heel, he went the BS route as he picked Ricardo Rodriguez to be his opponent. Vickie Guerrero did not approve. She came out and said, you need to pick another opponent. And he goes on to say the Brooklyn Brawler, and Vickie Guerrero said, you know what, I anticipated you were going to do something like this, so you're going to be facing the winner of the triple threat match in the main event tonight, which would be RVD, Christian, or Randy Orton. I thought this was a good, somewhat good opening for Friday Night Smackdown. I can't say 4-star quality because of the fact that, with Alberto Del Rio kind of being the heel, he was going to kind of figured he would go in a BS route on picking his opponent. That he'd probably pick someone weak to face at SummerSlam to defend his World Heavyweight title. I kind of figured he wouldn't go with someone legit, so I got to go 3.5 out of 5 on that opening right there. But let's go to the opening match of Friday Night Smackdown this week, guys and gals, as Cody Rhodes took on Jack Swagger with Zeb Coulter, who appeared to... I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it really looked like that Zeb Coulter dyed his handlebar mustache, because it looked a little bit more browner than usual, and that statement did not come out right. I apologize about that.
Well, he had to make it a little more browner because he had to film new episodes of Your Mustache and You.
I just thought he had his head up Jack Swagger's ass, and just a little shit got left over.
Well, that's basically, where do you think they got the dye from?
There was a good flow to this match between Cody Rhodes and Jack Swagger. I was really impressed with it. They really heavily pushing Cody Rhodes as a face. And one thing we got to say right off the bat, you know, the fact that we had Alex Riley on commentary for Friday Night Smackdown. To me, being a commentator myself, it sounded like he felt really, really comfortable at the announce table. You know, sometimes when you have a guy who is transitioning from in-ring to being on the microphone, sometimes they have kind of a rocky start. And Alex Riley, I did not find he had a rocky start. You know, being on Friday Night Smackdown this week, I thought he was really, really good. But anyway, back to this matchup. The finish of the match came Jack Swagger attempting the gut-wrench powerbomb. Cody Rhodes counters it into a sunset flip and gets the victory over Jack Swagger. But backstage, Cody Rhodes is cutting a somewhat decent promo about what he did to Damien Sandow and his Money in the Bank briefcase, and then he gets assaulted by Damien Sandow, which would appear, Rick, that they're really setting up this matchup and this feud between Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean, especially what happened with last week, and then especially what happened on Raw. Yeah, you can definitely think the things are starting to heat up. So, absolutely, I have to agree with you. I was hoping that it was going to do a run-in, or I thought they were going to do it. He was going to attack him as he was walking up afterwards, but it didn't. And then I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then they came back from the commercial, and then I saw the interview, and I'm like, oh, this is where he's going to attack him. And lo and behold, he did get attacked.
Are you?
Hey guys, hey Billy, I have a question though. If this leads up to a match at SummerSlam, do you think it could be? Do you think the briefcase could be on the line?
How can the briefcase be on the line if it's supposed to be at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico right now?
Well, what do you think? Why do you think the Money in the Bank would have a dent in it one week and then the next week not?
The SmackDown Money in the Bank briefcase never made an appearance tonight on Friday Night Smackdown.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that they may bring out a replacement case. I really don't know.
I'm not sure, but anyway, Rick, your score for Cody Rhodes and Jack Swagger?
I'd have to give it a 3 out of 5. Good match.
Up next, we had Sin Cara, who apparently raided AJ Styles' dressing room and took his ring jacket, taking on E Langston, who has the ability to make cocaine powder appear just by clapping his hands. This is kind of a no-brainer that E Langston was gonna win, but at least what I like about Sin Cara is he makes the match interesting. You know, he does a lot of good spots, a lot of good high-flying things against someone like E Langston. Finish of the match came with Sin Cara attempting a springboard moonsault, and E Langston just ends up catching him and hitting him with the big ending finisher to gain the victory over Sin Cara. I was kind of maybe I don't know about you, Chris, but what the storyline between Biggie Langston and Dolph Ziggler being one of the heated things going on in WWE, I was kind of maybe anticipating maybe Ziggler coming out there and doing something to not only either run interference, but maybe cost Biggie Langston the match against Sin Cara.
Yeah, I mean, with the feud going the way it is, I think that, with them, they need to promote it on both shows and not just on Raw. It doesn't just need to be just a Raw feud. It needs to be promoted on SmackDown.
Well, the most they did was just shown Dolph Ziggler watching the match backstage. But anyway, your score for Biggie Langston and Sin Cara?
2.5 out of 5.
This next match spawned from what happened on last week's Friday Night Smackdown when CM Punk was talking about his matchup with Brock Lesnar and dressing Paul Heyman, and then gets interrupted for some reason by Fandango, who quickly becomes CM Punk's bitch right after as soon as he got in there. I will say this. One thing that really took me by surprise, Will, is how well this match flowed. Now, I've never really expected anything good out of Fandango, but when you're in the ring with someone like the caliber of CM Punk, there's just a certain flow to the match that just makes CM Punk has that, I want to say, that Jericho ability. Well, the ability to make anybody look good in the ring, and needless to say, CM Punk made Fandango look good in this match. Well,
you know what? He's not here right now. I don't know if he's there, but I'd like to quickly speak up.
Go ahead.
I have to disagree with you. I think he did really nothing again in the ring. All he did was headlocks and kicks. He did that quick suplex, that front suplex, and a leg drop. The only reason why he looked good was because CM Punk was pretty much carrying the match. But Fandango
that's why I
nothing.
said. That's why I said CM Punk had that Jericho ability, the ability to make anyone look good in the ring, even Fandango. One of the things I really liked about this match was the fact that, at the ending we had a big superplex from CM Punk to Fandango, and then he was quickly transitioned to the Anaconda Vice just like that, and Fandango tapped out. I gotta say, I thought that was a superb finish, Rick.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good finish. And I noticed that Fandango tapped out faster than the Brooklyn Brawlers ever tapped out.
Wow. But anyway, if I had to score that match, what a Fandango match, because when you have a matchup that's got a good flow to it, it's really entertaining, despite what some people might say about the guy that they're in the ring with. When you have a good flow to the match, it just makes it look good, and that's what I believe we had in this matchup between CM Punk and Fandango. So, to everyone's surprise, 4 out of 5, in my opinion. Can't say nothing bad about it. I can't say nothing bad about it, honestly. But next up, the Divas title on the line, and I know that is James's favorite topic to talk about. AJ Lee and Kaitlyn. Now, on this Friday night, as Chris is playing with his Slinky again. Lord knows it's a very tiny toy. Anyway, AJ Lee. Now,
Screw you.
No, thank you. And they're in Houston on this week's Friday Night Smackdown, which is the home of Kaitlyn, the hometown of Kaitlyn. And 9 times out of 10 in wrestling, when you have your hometown hero going for a title, you
lose it.
Yeah, you don't get that title. You don't get the win.
Except for Raw 28 when Kaitlyn won the Divas title.
Well, like 9 times out of 10, that was probably the 1 time out of 10 that happens. But anyway, back to this match. I will say this though, with Layla being there in ringside, I kind of figured there was going to be a turn, and quite honestly, I was not shocked about the turn of Layla on Kaitlyn as she went for AJ and ended up costing Kaitlyn the match as AJ applied the Black Widow to get the tap out. But James, in all honesty, like I even said it on Twitter, which is at twitter.com/TheWrestleGamer, the fact that honestly I was not shocked at all when Layla turned on Kaitlyn and went heel for AJ.
But that's the thing about it, is that with WWE, it's like, this was originally supposed to be scheduled when Kaitlyn had the title. Originally, back in let's say around Elimination Chamber WrestleMania time, was that Layla was supposed to turn heel. But WWE is like, oh, we're not gonna do it anymore. But yeah, we knew Layla was gonna turn heel because really her character as a face doesn't quite work as it was when she was a heel with Lay Cool. And really, this match was more short. I was surprised they had this type of short match, but I kind of understand because they wanted to do it more for Layla's heel turn than anything else.
Your score for the match?
It's gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I'm just intrigued what they're gonna do with AJ and Layla, because I've seen a lot of people like talking about like, oh, is this gonna this is like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, but will they do something like that, or will it be like something like what with Lay Cool? Because a lot of people say, oh, this might be like Lay Cool again.
Main event time on Friday Night Smackdown saw Christian, RVD, and Randy Orton with the winner to become the new #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title, and the winner will face Alberto Del Rio at SummerSlam. Now, honestly, going into this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of had my odds pegged at either RVD or Randy Orton, to be honestly. I really honestly didn't see Christian getting the win and becoming the new #1 contender for the title, because he's really just kind of flatlined ever since he came back to the WWE. I mean, he really hasn't done anything. This is like, the really first major thing that Christian has done. Finish of the match came, Randy Orton gives the RKO to RVD, and the way he sold that RKO. But Christian with a backslide pin. When's the last time someone's won a match with the backslide pin? Not very often do you see that either. But Christian does.
9 out of 10.
Christian gets the backslide pin and gets the victory, and will go on to face Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Will, are you back right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I had the doorbell.
Well, I gotta ask you. A lot of people would you consider this to be a shock that Christian went over on this match and not someone like Randy Orton or RVD?
Yes, really. I mean, this is a definite shock, though. I mean, I really had RVD winning going into this, but the match was pretty good on all three sides. I mean, all around, moves after moves after moves. But, the ending took a lot of breath away from me, as Christian did get the win. But like you stated earlier about how RVD took Orton's RKO, oh, man, just remedial in the eyes. I'll give this match a 3.5 out of 5. But Christian getting that one more match? I don't know, but we'll see as it progresses.
It is now time, ladies and gentlemen, to find out everyone's picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night Smackdown, the champions and the jobbers of the night. And as far as best match goes, and I know I'm going to get a lot of disagreements about this, but I'm going to have to go CM Punk and Fandango. And reason being, like I said, there was a good ebb and flow to the match. CM Punk, basically carried, but he did what he was supposed to do, and that was lead Fandango in the match and make Fandango look good when the spots called for it. And when the spots called for it, Fandango really did look good. And I gotta say, when it's got that good ebb and flow to the match, that's what makes the match good and entertaining to watch. Now, as far as worst segment of the week. Yes, I said this time I'm going with a segment, and that's the opening segment to Friday Night Smackdown, because it was just really, really predictable that Alberto Del Rio was going to go the cheesy way out with him being the heel. And, the first name that popped in my head, Alberto Del Rio, heel, first name right off the bat that I thought of was Ricardo Rodriguez, and lo and behold, he tried to go that route. He picked Ricardo Rodriguez to be his opponent. But, I guess, and I really thought that was actually kind of lame by WWE to kind of go that predictable route. But then again, what other route can you go when your champion's a heel? You got to give him that portrayal of him being the kind of a coward in a sense, and that's what they would look like they were trying to do with Del Rio being the heel champion that he was. But I still got to say, it was just one of those segments on Friday Night Smackdown that kind of made me yawn and nearly put me to sleep. But anyway, Rick, you're up next. What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night Smackdown? Your champions and jobbers of the week.
Well, I'm gonna have to give it to the best is the main event. I really was happy with the main event. They really did have all those spots were really great. The triple threat really kind of raised the bar. Not to mention, I was really impressed with the way that Orton countered the Rolling Thunder into the power slam.
Oh, I love that. That harkens back to having a good flow in your match. When you have that good flow in the match, it makes everything look spectacular. And what Randy Orton did with RVD countering the Rolling Thunder into a power slam, that contributes to having a good flow to the match.
Yeah. So absolutely, that was probably the best match of the night. As far as probably what I thought was the worst match of the night or segment, I gotta go for the worst. It's gotta be the Vickie Langston and Sin Cara, because it was just simply a squash match, and when you knew when they were coming down, you know what it was gonna be, and that was more predictable. I mean, the opening segment, yeah, it was what it was, but you knew that they were gonna come out and they were gonna rehash it, and it was it was a make up for it. So for me, it wasn't no big deal. That's why I kind of like, okay, it was certainly made up for it. So at the end of the night, it wasn't an issue. That's why I definitely have to go with the Vickie Langston Sin Cara.
Did you see Christian going over in this match and become the new number one contender?
I certainly did not, I'll be honest, and that's why I definitely had to give that an extra plus, because it definitely killed the predictability, because there was no predictability factor.
Well, let's go to Chris next as we get his picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night Smackdown. Chris, your thoughts for champions and jobbers of the night?
Champions of the night, got to go with the triple threat match. And for jobber of the night, Vickie Langston versus Sin Cara. I mean, I had respect from the beginning for Sin Cara, but over time, the way they've been using him, I've just lost all respect.
All right, well, let's go to James next. James, your picks are best and worst match or segment of Friday Night Smackdown.
I gotta have to agree with everybody. Best match would be triple threat, and it really was enjoyable. And plus, also, yeah, Christian being number one contender, it really shocked the heck out of me. Worst was the Vickie Langston Sin Cara match. I felt that it could have had maybe that. Okay, Dolph Ziggler come out, interferes in Vickie Langston match, and to the point where Vickie Langston loses, but they didn't go that route. So I have to make that my jobber of the night.
And finally, let's go to Will as we get his picks for champions and jobbers of the night. Will?
All right, let's see. As I had a 2-second brain fart for a second, best one would have to be, it'd be a tie between CM Punk, Fandango. Yeah, right. Like, I'm really going to go down that route. Of course, it's the main event with RVD, Christian, and Randy Orton. The worst segment, of course, was Vickie Langston serving Sin Cara over a buffet platter, because that was the worst I've ever seen. I'm just going to leave it at that with a piece of cheese.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Friday Night Smackdown this week. What are your thoughts about Christian becoming the new number one contender and going on to SummerSlam to face Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight title match? What about your thoughts on Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow? What should WWE do about the Money in the Bank briefcase for Damien Sandow? We want to hear from you guys out there. Make sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Guys, don't forget to check out Chris Rogers over on rocketwaves.com for all the stuff that he does on there. Rick, where can fans check you out on HWR?
Of course, they can always find me over at Facebook.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio. And if you ever want to listen to any of our shows, head on over to Spreaker.com/HWR Media. And of course, this Wednesday, we do have a special guest coming up. We will have the privilege of talking with indie wrestling promoter Joseph Knight of Classic Wrestling Association to give us his insight of the current problems TNA is having, where the company is possibly heading, and what needs to be done for the company to turn around.
Hashtag fuck Ortiz. We have two Instagib game show gurus in our midst. First off, from the inside the bowels of the Houdat Temple, we have James from the Big Easy. And from the hood over on Instagib, we have the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. Guys, what you got coming up?
football, and more football. James will probably hit up a McDonald's. I don't know.
I see. Well, yeah. Talking about the football. As you know, the season is coming up. So, before week 1 starts, we will ask people for their picks for who they think will win each game. Yes, we gotta do predictions for every game of the season, even the Super Bowl, even the Pro Bowl, which I don't know why, but oh well. And we gotta do it on the Vaughn Live side, so that's gonna be the same thing as our Instagib username, just with VaughnLive.tv, and that's Bay Area MVP, and I'm Fat504.
Fans, also don't forget to like the Facebook page. That's facebook.com/WGS-TV. And don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So for the Illuminous one, the Shining Star, Rick Starr, Chris Rogers, our Master of Rockin' Waves 11294, our 2 Instagib Game Show gurus, James and Big Easy, and the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. I'm the WrestleGamer, Double B Bully Bourgeois, saying thank you very much for watching. Tonight's Friday Night Smackdown commentary has been provided by the Shining Star, Rick Starr's shiny bald head.
And also, this weird news of the day. A Russian man has been accused of stealing an entire road. A 1-mile road has been stolen by the 40-year-old man in Russia.
Come on in and sit down, because HWR and WGS-TV are in the moment.
One may not promote a horse-tripping event.
Hey, in Florida, you may not kiss your wife's breasts.
In Oklahoma, it is illegal to have sex before you are married.
What? Wait, hold on. Can we talk about this rule for a second? That last rule. I can't kiss her tits. What if I want to suck on them?
Don't kiss them.
Yeah.
Just
fucking kissing? No.
Hey, in Alabama,
like nibbling?
Incestuous marriages are perfectly legal.
Well, Chris, if you want to date your sister, you go right ahead and date her.
I'm an only child.
Married or aren't, then go ahead.
I found one fucked up in Illinois. But
What's up?
I found one in Oklahoma. Go ahead, MVP.
Alright. This one, you guys will probably not agree with. In Illinois, the English language is not to be spoken.
What language do you speak?
What we're speaking, we cannot speak it in Illinois. That means we gotta speak jive or gangster or
no wonder we can't understand anyone from Illinois.
Yeah. Alright, hold on. In Ada, Oklahoma, ADA, Oklahoma.
Okay.
If you wear a New York Jets clothing, you may be put in jail.
Damn.
There's no NFL team in Oklahoma. That's stupid.
And it is a criminal offense to call a policeman shitface.
Wow.
It is illegal to flick boogers into the wind.
In Clinton, Oklahoma, molesting an automobile is illegal.
How the hell do you molest an automobile?
Taking in the tailpipe.
Well, let me ask you guys, where is the genitals of a car? Because I would like to know, so that way I don't go ahead and touch it, because I've pretty much washed my car from bumper to bumper. I'd like to know, is it the bumper? Is it like the front, like the penis, and the back, the ass?
I'm guessing the genital parts is the exhaust pipe.
Well, I certainly have never touched that. Certainly not with my pipe.
Couples must wait at least 72 hours to be married unless the man has raped the woman.
Ooh, this is stupid.
Fucked up.
That's in New Jersey.
In Champaign, Illinois, one may not pee in his neighbor's mouth.
Nice.
Hold on. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, you may not open a soda bottle without the supervision of a licensed engineer.
I've got to ask everybody, what's Tulsa backwards?
A slut.
Exactly.
You want to know what a slut backwards is?
About $7.50.
No, $100.
All right.
Hey, in Washington, D.C., Santa Claus may not be used to sell alcohol.
Damn it.
This is funny. In Cicero, Illinois, humming on public streets is prohibited on Sundays. That's stupid. Wow. It is in Chicago, it is illegal to give your dog whiskey. Oh, so dogs can't get drunk?
In
Damn.
Oklahoma City.
Doesn't mean it's too many other kinds of alcohol.
In Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, no one may walk backwards downtown while eating a hamburger.
What the fuck?
In North Carolina, it is illegal to have sex in a churchyard.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Thank God you guys don't live in Crate, Illinois. What I'm about to say, have a drink of water or finish what you're eating right now, because I think this is stupid. In Crate, Illinois, it is considered an offense to have sex in attempt with one's dog.
In Shootler, Oklahoma, women cannot gamble in the nude, in lingerie, or wearing a towel.
So strip poker is prohibited. What the fuck?
It is illegal to make love on the floor of a hotel room between two double beds.
Damn, well, that's the expression of double-wide privilege, isn't it? In Crystal Lake, Illinois, if one plants new sod on his and her yard in the summer, that person cannot use the city's water. That means you got to go to like Walmart or the corner store. You can't use the city's water. That's stupid.
No, in North Carolina, oral sex is considered a crime against.
Stone concerts. Stone concerts. Stone concerts. Stone concerts. Spiritual speaking. Stone concerts. Stone concerts. I'm Haley Ringrose. Stone concerts.
My name's Andrew Weatherall.
Spiritual speaking. Stoke concerts.